Hey guys, it's Chao with another bomb YouTube video. With talks about a new Sonic game in the works for Sonic's 30th anniversary, people are speculating what this game could be. We were apparently supposed to receive some new news at South by Southwest earlier this year, but obviously that was pushed back due to COVID-19. Sonic fans naively waited and waited for when we could get our next fix of Sonic news. Fools. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turn into months. And as of the day of recording this video, we still have no substantial news about what is in the works. It makes me wonder what the heck were they even going to show at South by Southwest. At this point, it really seems like they have nothing to show. With so much time gone by since any news, fans have of course had much time to speculate what this new game could possibly be. Some of the common theories I see are a Sonic Forces sequel, a Sonic Adventure 1 and or 2 remake, and of course a game that many fans have been asking for nearly 20 years, Sonic Adventure 3. Yup, that's right. Sonic Adventure 2 came out on the Dreamcast all the way back in 2002, so it's been almost 20 years and we're still waiting for a sequel on one of the most beloved games in the entire series. Ever since 6-year-old me finished the game back in the day, I've been patiently and eagerly awaiting a sequel to this game. So I want nothing more than to finally get a sequel to one of my favorite games of all time. But I don't think Sonic Team is ready for Sonic Adventure 3. With the past decade of games being questionable at best, Sonic Team's track record has not been very good lately. Don't get me wrong, there were a lot of good games to come from this franchise in the 2010s, but I personally believe that we received more bad games than good. I talk all about this in a recent video I did of Sonic 06, so if you want to hear more about that, feel free to check it out. Especially with the most recent game, Sonic Forces, being so mediocre, it's hard to see Sonic Team magically being able to follow up with a super successful game, let alone the long-awaited sequel to the Sonic Adventure series. This idea of what Sonic Adventure 3 should and could be has been dancing around in some of our heads for almost 20 years. It's become this kind of dream game that we've had all the time in the world to ideally picture in our minds, setting unrealistic expectations. I'd honestly consider Sonic Adventure 3 to be vaporware at this point. It hasn't been teased or announced in any way yet, but it's something we all know will most likely happen at some point or another. And we got a lot of vaporware games to finally release in the 2010s, like Final Fantasy XV, The Last Guardian, and Kingdom Hearts 3, just to name a few. These were all games that I waited years for, and it gave me so much time to create this ideal image of what the game should be in my head, that when I finally went to play these games, it was almost impossible for them to live up to the hype I created for them. Now, do I think it's impossible for a vaporware game to live up to its hype? I think most of the reason I was let down by these games wasn't because of my unrealistic expectations, but because these games are kind of just mediocre in many ways. What I'm trying to say is that Sonic Adventure 3 needs to be very calculated and carefully considered because its predecessors have already set the bar high on top of expectations being even higher. As it stands, many people are unhappy with the current writers, stage designers, voice actors or voice direction, and other aspects of the series. So I really don't trust Sonic Team to make a successful sequel to one of the most treasured games in the series. Yet. I don't think Sonic Team is incapable of making a successful Sonic Adventure 3, but I do think they have a bit of a ways to go before they can get there. The best case scenario would be to bring back the original Adventure voice cast like Ryan Drummond as Sonic, Scott Dreyer as Knuckles, or David Humphrey as Shadow. And also possibly bringing back a lot of the original key members of Sonic Team like Yuji Naka. However, I think it'd be very unlikely to get someone like him to come back considering he's been busy with other very interesting projects like Balan Wonderworld, and he's probably enjoying his freedom from leaving Sonic Team after so many years. Now, everything I just mentioned isn't exactly realistic. So what can Sonic Team do to realistically ensure Sonic Adventure 3 is the best it could possibly be? I think they should start out by doing a Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 remake. And when I say remake, I mean a full-on remake like the Spyro and Crash remakes. Not a lazy port like Super Mario 3D All-Stars. As long as Sonic Team can remake those games and really dissect what makes them tick and capture the raw style and coolness of the originals, I think they'd have an amazing chance at making a great sequel. Not only would it be amazing to have these games remade, but it would also be a great opportunity to study and prepare for a Sonic Adventure 3, especially since Adventure 1 and 2 already have a set story and level design. As long as they don't really stray too far away from it and are faithful to the originals, it would be hard, but not impossible, to mess up. Plus, it would just be sick to have more Sonic Adventure anything at this point. Look at Crash 4 releasing after the Insane trilogy, for example. It's very well received and really captures what made the original so fun while also spicing it up by adding new interesting features. Remaking classic titles is super trendy right now anyways, so they'd definitely be able to profit from it. And when it finally comes time to make Sonic Adventure 3, Sonic Team would ideally understand how to make a proper sequel to the Adventure series. Of course, there are still potential concerns. If Sonic Team keeps following some of the same trends they have been for some of their more recent games, there are a few things to still worry about. We could, of course, see Sonic Team pandering to nostalgia like they've been doing in every game since Generations. I wouldn't be surprised if there was some form of Green Hill Zone or chemical plant. And if they didn't learn their lesson from Sonic Forces, we could possibly see classic Sonic somehow shoehorning his way back into the game's story again. I love me some classic Sonic, but I'm getting sick of the idea of two Sonics in the same game. But even ignoring classic Sonic imagery, I'm hoping they also don't reuse a bunch of levels from the first two adventure games. The best thing they could do would be to make each level completely original, with maybe having small nods to the original adventure games sprinkled in sparingly. Another potential issue we could see would be poorly designed levels. The entire gameplay design of Lost World was a bit clunky, and Forces had some pretty boring and short levels. I'm really hoping they can up the ante for level design, especially since Sonic is a lot slower in the adventure games than he is in the Boost games. It means the levels don't have to be as big because Sonic doesn't blast through them. I always felt so bad for the people designing the scenery for the Boost games. The scenery is always so pretty, but because of the nature of the game, you're always running past things in the blink of an eye. I feel terrible for the poor guy who spends hours designing the buildings in Rooftop Run, only for you to boost through them in 0.3 seconds. This isn't a big issue nowadays, but there's always the potential that the game could be buggy and unfinished. Ever since Sonic 06, Sonic Team has actually been pretty good at polishing their games well enough, I'd say, so I don't think this would be a big concern, especially since they've stated recently that they want to dedicate more time into the production of Sonic games from now on. It gives me hope that Sonic games from this point forward will always at least have good quality. Another obvious concern is the writing. I haven't been a fan of the writing in a single Sonic game since around after Sonic 06. Yeah, that's right, I prefer the writing from Sonic 06 to any recent game. Again, check out my Sonic 06 video if you want to hear more about this. The writing just gets all of the characters wrong. Their personalities are so off, and most side characters have been reduced to generic background characters who are defined by a single, shallow personality trait. A staple feature of the Adventure series is the multiple playable characters, so it'd be especially important for them to nail the personalities for each character. I'm hoping they ditch the writers from the 2010 games and make a story that's finally on the scale of something like a JRPG again. The good thing about Sonic Team is that they're always listening to fans, and I think these are all legitimate concerns many people have for the series. I'm just hoping that they've been listening and consider changing up how they've been handling the series for future games. This next game is going to be a very important one for Sonic Team no matter what it is. They may end up doing a Forces sequel or something completely original, but either way, they have an uphill battle to fight after the poor reception of Sonic Forces. People are expecting a full-fledged game with a complete, well-written story, original ideas, and more importantly, enough content to fill more than the 3 hours it took to finish Sonic Forces. Sonic Team has a very wavy reputation, and right now we're at another low. So right now, I hope they could work their way up the wave before they attempt a Sonic Adventure 3. I have a feeling we're really close to receiving some significant information for the next Sonic game for 2021. Whatever happens, I'm wishing Sonic Team the best of luck because they're gonna need it. At the end of the day, I just want Sonic Team to strive to always make better games. It's so frustrating to see one of your favorite franchises constantly taking one step forward and 2 steps back. Sonic Team has a lot of work to do, so I think we just need to be patient and let them take their time so this game could be as good as it could possibly be. I feel like Sonic Adventure 3 is inevitable, so whenever it does happen, I just hope that Sonic Team can be ready for it. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like what you saw, I'd appreciate it so much if you can leave this video a fat like. It really helps smaller channels like me get noticed. And of course subscribe if you'd like to see more videos similar to this one. I plan on doing a bunch more videos about Sonic and some other franchises that I love like Dragon Ball Z, Kingdom Hearts, and a bunch of others. If you'd like to hang out and watch me play some games, I stream on Twitch every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. So come on over and say hi. Link in the description. And as always, I hope everyone has a fantastic day. See you guys in the next video. Peace.
Wake up,